So just because the skill ceiling for DMC5 Dante isn't as high as DMC4, it doesn't mean that it isn't very high. It's just that DMC5 is easier to get into. If you notice with every iteration of every game, the games are actually consecutively easier to get into every single time. For example, one thing that makes the 5 Dante a lot easier is that you'll notice style and weapon switch have no cooldown in Devil May Cry 5. And the dive kick has angle tracking, unlike Devil May Cry 4, the difference between friction and full house. But the problem is with DMC5, sometimes the dive kick does not connect. Another widely debated topic is the fact that enemy step cancels all inertia in Devil May Cry 5. Now, contrary to everyone screaming at me and other people about reversals and inertia, inertia is still in Devil May Cry 5. As you can see here, if you Skystar and you Fireworks, the inertia carries Fireworks over. It's redirectable inertia through enemy step that matters. As you can see here, if I'm Skystar JC into Aerial Wraith, it cancels all inertia. Same with friction into JC Guard. However, in Devil May Cry 4, you can literally control the direction of inertia. You can cancel it with air hike, neutral inertia, or even Yamato Wave. It is this conscious control of inertia that gives Dante near 360-degree angle of movement between relaunching the enemy, attacking and repositioning from behind, facing it so that you can do positional specific combos. That's why, as you can see in Devil May Cry 5, when you launch the enemies actually turn to face your direction. This also applies, not with guns, but with any melee attacks in the air. It's little tricks like this that the game developers use to make the games feel more consistent and easier and accessible to play without sacrificing depth for accessibility, which is why Fireworks now blows higher and away rather than immediately downwards diagonally. Another hot topic. When I first did this clip, and the Devil May Cry account retweeted it, they believed it was a Devil May Cry 3 facing direction reversal, where if you're facing right, but the enemy is on the left and you lock on left melee, you will stinger towards the right. This was due to a lack of communication and also the lack of a unified database that will be releasing soon. And Devil May Cry 5, unfortunately, does not have universal buffered reversals. However, there are conditional reversals, such as Nero's X streak, where you let the lock-on go and you face the direction another way. There's also what Whirling found in the first month of Devil May Cry 5's release, where you lock-on switch after buffering Stinger from the first attack, and then you have only around 120 degrees angle of movement. However, there was also another conditional reversal in Devil May Cry 5 without mods, where one frame after you lock off, if you point the direction and you swivel the stick, you can actually have a 360-degree reversal for high time and Stinger. Again, unfortunately, this is not a universal reversal like buffered reversals in Devil May Cry 3 and Devil May Cry 4, which are much preferred. However, even on full throttle, you can turn around without buffering anything. That does not mean that DMC5's reversals are an evolution of Devil May Cry 4. Truly, the universal buffered reversals are the best way to redirect directional attacks.